We say, let's agree that I will not take any questions. So, thank you very much, fellow Kenyans. I want to take this moment to address issues that have emanated from a vernacular clip that is circulating in social media. From the very onset, I want to sincerely apologize to our mourning nation, to the family of the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, Mama Ida, her children Rosemary Jr. and Winnie, Honorable Senator Oburu Odinga and Honorable MP Ruth Odinga, and other siblings and their larger extended family, the ODM fraternity, and the Luo nation and Kenyans at large. And to my colleague leaders from all sides of the political divide for any harm that it has elicited. The clip was taken while attending a burial in my home village, and my remarks were in no way celebratory. What I meant is that under the current broad-based government, we have seen skewed development and politically the loss of the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Odinga sent everyone back to the drawing board. As the popular saying goes, God takes the best, and it is in this context that I made those remarks in vernacular. Let me also make it clear that the remarks I made are my personal views and therefore should in no way be associated with the community's position or any political affiliation, nor the Council of Governors. Finally, in noting the huge public interest that this issue has generated, I am taking responsibility of the real and perceived meaning of my remarks, and as a result, therefore, I have decided that with immediate effect, I am going to step down as the Vice Chair of the Council of Governors. And as I do that, I also pray that the soul of the Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga continue resting in eternal peace. God bless Kenya. Thank you very much. How do you say that?
And we know that there is politicians like Kahiga who in the life of Raila Amolo Odinga have used him as a bogeyman to scale their own political heights there. But it is shocking that they continue to make Raila a bogeyman in his death. And what I know is that Kahiga does not speak for himself. Kahiga is the spokesperson of Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua mocked Raila's illness and asked whether he was a virus and whether Kalonzo was a bacteria. To date, Rigathi Gachagua is yet to mourn Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga, who braved political tensions to go and mourn his brother, the late Nderitu Gachagua. And therefore, we note now that anyone who associates with Gachagua and his ilk, like Kahiga, cannot be our friend. The line is drawn. Any person who associates with Gachagua, Kahiga, they cannot be our friends. Whether they are in our party or outside our party. Kahiga has drawn the line. To mock, he has crossed the Rubicon. We have crossed that line now. To mock Raila Odinga in his death, to mock him in his life, we could respond. But to mock him in his death, any person who associates with Gachagua, with Kahiga, with that lot, can never, ever be our friend. Because the principle is, the enemy, the friend of your enemy is your enemy. This morning at 9 o'clock, we have a meeting of the Council of Governors. And I, as the chairperson of the party, will be moving a motion to remove Kahiga as the vice chairman of the Council of Governors. He can lead in his village, but he cannot lead us at a national level. I want to ask my colleagues, Anthony and Jared, and the leadership of the Assembly, if they have something to add.
Ni maendeleo ama ni maandamano? And we want to say it is very unfair, extremely unfair to these great people, these great minds, these professionals, to reduce them to go to streets to throw stones and other backward things when they have the brains to contribute to national development. It is not fair. Na rais wetu tunakuomba, hawa watu ya Luo Nyanza, tafadhali kiongozi wetu usiwawache nyuma. Tembea hapa rais wetu, uongee na hawa watu na ni wazuri. And we can tell. Bwana Nyamita, nimeona vile uliniambia. Unajua mimi ndio niko na ile kitu ya kupima. Hii Wajaluo iko sawa sawa. Hawa watu iko sawa sawa. Hawa Wajaluo waingizwe serikali ya William Ruto, wakuwe ndani zaidi. Hawa wangwana ni watu wazuri, ni kutumiwa ametumiwa vibaya. These are people who can make a contribution to this country. And Your Excellency, you have a responsibility before God and before man to make sure in your 10 years you rehabilitate this community into national development and prosperity.
We heard yesterday that Gachagua and his team were supposed to pay homage to the home of Raila Muludinga. We urge Gachagua, never, don't step in Bondo. Don't step in Bondo, as your statements are not very friendly to us as ODM.
Do you know why he's happy? Do you know why he's saying what he's saying? Because he's only governor because his predecessor died. Nyeri, munaelewa kweli? Do you guys know how to read through some of these things? In short, anasema the two Nyeri governors that died in office, he's actually glad they did die because it's by them dying that now he's governor. Kenyan leaders are foolish. They don't even know how to read the room. How can you say that and you're a Nyeri governor? The only county in Kenya that has lost 2 sitting governors in a span of less than 5 years. Lakini sababu uko na akili ya tribalism, lakini hata ukumbuki uko hapo kwa sababu ya mtu alipass away. So when he was in the funeral mourning, consoling the family, he was pretending. Alikuwa anajifanya kwa like, wacha itakataka tuondoke nikuwe governor. Na hizi ndio vitu mnaita leaders. Na mnachekeshwa huko kwa matanga, hata mmesahau mwenye amefiwa, badala mconsole mfocus kwa huyu mwenye yako hapa, mnaongelelea mambo za wengine. Na huyu ni governor, a whole governor. Disgusting.
Whatever Mutahi Kahiga said is wrong. Whatever Mutahi Kahiga said does not represent the views of the Agikuyu community. But we can connect the dots. So as we condemn him, let's connect these dots. Days of looking for Rigiji. Days of attacking Rigiji all over. Days of hajaenda matanga, sijui hajaenda mazishi, sijui amefanya birthday. Mumeona hapatikani? So after days of trying to defend him, after days of looking for his words and he said nothing, comes Mutahi Kahiga. Mind you, before Mutahi Kahiga comes as a Kikuyu, he is a politician affiliated to UDA. So he speaks for the UDA party, not the Agikuyu community, because I've never seen anywhere where we've told him to be a spokesman. Secondly, on the issue of Rigiji, mwachane na Rigiji. Pia yeye ni mtoto wa mama jamani. Kila kitu Rigiji. Sijui. Mwana mweti bogo. Ona kenyina ni igwire ruwa kimusiara. Just leave him alone. He is silent. Let him be. For the people who sit around and wait for the moment, where do we get the chance to hate, to insult, to demonize? Let me ask. On that note, I agree whatever Mutahi Kahiga said is wrong. But let me ask. When Maverick Aoko and some people from some community brought news and propaganda of Uhuru's sickness, that he was down with cancer on the verge of death, and they wished him death, something I can prove, that there were accounts that wished him death. Was he a lesser human being, or is it that his mother never went to labor? Same thing happened with Rigiji. He was sick on a hospital bed. Y'all wished him death. It is all over. They say social media never forgets. He was not a human either. Okay. And when we all left, Dorcas stayed. So you see, that man was right, celebrating his wife's birthday when all of us were grieving. Because when he was grieving, the only person who was there was his wife. So if you sit down waiting for days to hate, at least we've tried. We have tried the best we can. Every day one of us tries something funny, we call it out. Oh, but we have heard Akina Gaucho say that watatukujia Thika Road 207. We have heard Akina Omosh na Akina, what is his name? I don't know. Those ones can insult because the people who are being insulted apparently do not have feelings. And before you bring historical differences here, just remember, you see that community you're demonizing? Their elders hold things that they never told their children because they did not want to initiate hate. So I'll say this, in a story of a hammer and a stone, the hammer will always make the most noise as it breaks the stone. But one day, just one day, the stone will speak and your perspective will change. That is all I have to say. So if you hate, and you don't have to wait for reasons to hate the Ayoko community, you hate them. Stop pretending you hate them. Don't wait for reasons. Do it on a daily day. In fact, talking about we are going to isolate you, threatening us with what we've gone through all our lives. Make it make sense. So if you want to attack Mutahi Kahiga, attack Mutahi Kahiga. He is not a Kikuyu spokesperson. So many of us don't even know who he is. We just heard he's a Nyeri governor or something. And yes, it is possible that the people sitting around him were laughing, and it's also possible that those were NIS. Hey, Kenya bana, we've gone through shit. So we see through shit.
Salam guys, we have to give it to Githinji. Because tell me how he is playing both sides. Now this is how it started. This man gave us a sleepless night over his utterances following Raila's death. And then breaking news, he has resigned from whatever position it was. And then please kiza watu ODM hapo anasema
yesterday
nini?
that Gachagua and his team were supposed to pay homage to the home of Raila Muludinga. We urge Gachagua, never, don't step.
Yes, mumeskiza. So ODM and UDA are playing for the same team and for the same person. All this is proper distraction. Musahau 8 bills that were passed to law, and the 11 state-owned corporations that are being sold currently. One time.
Huyu Mutahi Kahiga anakuanga na ujinga sana. Hata hatuwezi sema irresponsible ama reckless, ni ujinga, ni mtu mjinga. Yani hana wisdom, akifungua mdomo lazima aongee kitu itaudhi watu. Ni some months ago alienda ku apologize kwa Wamasai. Alikuwa amesema sijui aliachana na nini kama Masai na suruali, meaning that Masai hawavaangi undergarments. Alienda na aka apologize. Within no time amekuja sasa anapiga sherehe ati baba amekufa. You know, I have always told you that kuna mtu atatake advantage na atakuwa happy for any situation, no matter how hard it is to the people that love the person involved. Because tell me why it's even involving God, ati Mungu alalangi kayole, Mungu akulangi ugali, alimchukua ende akapatanishe watu mbinguni. Is that even funny? Do you even realize that the person involved here is a leader, or was a leader who has support from different corners of this country? Yani, you want to scatter this country, chuki yenye haina maana, you know. Hizi ni vitu you go and speak with your wife. If you're happy, fungeni nyumba na bibi yako muongee, because you are a national figure, a public figure, whatever. So hizo vitu ende uongee na bibi yako ama na watoto wako ama na watu wenye mnakaanga nao kwa nyumba. It's not a must to speak in public. I said that again. Ona sasa. And mimi na condemn sana. I'm not a Kikuyu, but one thing pia sipendi vile watu wanafanya. You cannot put it in general like this is the thought of Kikuyu communities, not, because pia Uhuru alifanya very commendable thing, akaenda kwa baba mpaka the following day to visit the nani Ida. So if it was good, pia muangalie. It's not everybody that ana feel that about baba, not everybody. I'm from Mount Kenya, not in Kikuyu community, and I feel sad. I've been voting for this baba for a while now. So for those people who are saying that this is the thought of Kikuyu community is wrong, do not generalize on other people's thought. It's not wise. Hata wale kuna leaders nimeona wakikondemn, then you are condemning while attacking other Kikuyu people. Hii ni thought ya Mutai Kahiga peke yake. So stop putting everybody kwa issue zake, wacha yeye mwenyewe asimame kwa issue zake, because pia Uhuru amefanya mambo nzuri na you are not giving you are not putting like all Kikuyu had good intentions for baba. So may it be with this case of Mutai. Si vizuri kupiganisha vitu zenye mtu abebe msalaba yake peke yake, but we need to be wise. Hayo tu kwa sasa.
Na hiyo kifo ya Raila ni kama flood, maji, mafuriko. Itaosha ujinga mingi, both Central na Nyanza. Pale Central kuna leaders huwa hawafanyi anything. Siasa yao tu ni wena goma, Raila ni mundu mogoroki, jaruo geke. Kama ufanyi kazi raundi, hauna chance. Kazi yako inakuwa kutaja Raila ndio upate kuelektiwa. Home direct bila job raundi. Home pale Nyanza kuna watu wanakuwa wameshikilia koti ya Raila hivi. Miauru baba akonyo teach baba malo. Kuna kitu kama hiyo. Raundi bila job. Home. Hiyo kifo ya Raila naenda kuosha upuzi mingi kwa ground. Wena modo kweri. Jaruo geke. One mwamako baba. Watukonyo baba malo. Kuna hiyo siasa raundi.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mingi. All I want to say is Ruto must go, like yesterday. Bye.
Ati black chocolate ni fine melanin bana toka nikapate. Kanapenda kenye mi wanapenda, so kanapenda toto chupa na hali ya nono.
Madam na kudai, umedunga mini na unapenda mangwai. Una dance fit, unawacha nikismile. Ama niko high, you are nice, nice.
Kono moja mbele, gine yende rembe. Baila, yoni.
Enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.